Hello, my name is Ryan Schmidt, and I support our team, patients, their loved ones, and members of our community in areas of grief and expressing the losses that ones have had in their life. Over the past 12 years, as I have guided those who have had a death of a loved one, I've found how important it is for us to not fight or resist the emotions that come along in our life after we have lost a loved one. Oftentimes, it's our first experience with a deeply profound emotion that then gives us insight and understanding in future experiences with that emotion. For me, my first memory of profound loss was when my grandfather died. My grandpa Schmidt passed away, and the memorial service was scheduled for the weekend. The whole family gathered. My grandmother, aunts and uncles, cousins, my parents and siblings, we were all there. Before the ceremony started, the minister called us all together, and we joined hands for prayer as a family. Before I knew it, as I closed my eyes and bowed my head, there was a deep sadness that began to well up inside, and I began to cry and sob uncontrollably. These feelings of grief and of loss I had never experienced before, and I didn't know how to respond to them or where to go in that moment. My grandmother let go of the two hands that she was holding in the circle and came over to where I was standing. She wrapped her arms around me and told me, "I love you and your grandpa loves you." It was that moment that helped me find my bearings with the grief that I was feeling and know how to process, how to let go, and how to let that emotion flow through me and not resist it. In our lives, it's important that we develop tools of processing the grief that we feel. None of us would want to go through life without having healthy and whole and beautiful connections. But when one of those connections is severed, it can be very unsettling as how we respond and what it means to take the next step in our life. As you support our families and patients who are experiencing a coming loss in their life, it's important that you remain healthy and authentic on the inside. There are times in our lives when our emotional cup becomes full, and we need to pour off some of that emotion in our lives. Just as if you took a bottle of soda, pop, and shook it up, there would be great pressure on the inside. So much so that it could pop the top right off. So too, our emotions can become so pressurized within us that they just spill out over the edge. It's important that we develop a rhythm in our life that helps us to process those emotions. Having a healthy diet, proper sleep, getting the exercise we need, making sure that we have good mental health, practicing mindfulness, prayer, meditation, healthy relationships, all of these can aid in keeping our mental health and emotional health at a place where we then can help those who are going through the process of loss and being affected by the death of a loved one. Thank you for being a member of the team. And if at any time you feel like you would want to talk about some of the losses that you've experienced in your life, or have questions about grief expressions and ways that you are processing the losses that you have experienced, whether that's secondary through the people that you have been in contact with as you served on the team with hospice, or those losses that have been near and dear to your own heart, I'm here to support you. Feel free to contact me. My contact information will be provided to you later today. Thanks so much. And remember, the journey is easier together.